Kia ora koutou and welcome back. I'm Coral Griffiths. This is Wairarapa TV's Music Marathon. We're coming to you live from the Copthorne Resort at Solway Park in the Wairarapa. And I have here with me on the couch the Dead Zephyrs, fresh off stage, hot and sweaty.
Absolutely.
Guys, so glad to have you here. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was tremendous. What about you, lads?
I had great fun. It's great. We thought there's a restaurant right next door, so if anyone had their 40-year anniversary, hoping to relax, and they went, we're really sorry for that, but we're not actually.
I had fun also.
Okay, that's Crispy, who is probably not going to do a lot of speaking. Say hi, Crispy. Okay, this is Ryan Coles. Ryan Coles is the writer of the band, are you not?
Well, yeah, I'm part writer, part, resident fat guy, so it's like, it takes a lot of time. It does take a lot of time. Got to have a lot of emphasis in everything you say, because the jowls kind of cover it up a little bit. But Chris is a co-writer. We confide in each other deeply.
Oh, true.
With songwriting. Very tender songwriting. Yes.
And this, I feel, Jordan. Now, of course, Crispy and Ryan, you are greatly benefited by having one of New Zealand's best drummers in your band, are you not?
Correct.
Yes. And Jordan, I saw the
Thank
beast
you.
get let loose there a wee bit.
Thank you. The beast is sweaty. No matter what genre of music you play, you have to assume that genre, and if it's loud, you play loud, and so therefore you get a little bit sweatier, and if it's quiet, you play quiet. You could probably leave more clothes on and whatnot, but jamming with these guys, I do get to let the beast loose, and I do really, really like being able to express myself in that sort of way.
So you're the newest member of the band, aren't you?
I am indeed. I joined these guys, about 6 months ago, and they had a repertoire of songs, and as soon as I heard it, I just loved it. I'm a metalhead myself, but these guys, what we call punk rock with a bit of blues influence. It's hard these days. I don't know, is it alternative, is it this, is it that? But at the end of the day, it's just about being a creative human being and expressing yourself, with freedom.
So tell me about the most fun gig you've ever played.
For me personally, the most fun, it would not seem fun to a regular musician, but it was quite fun to me just for the emphasis of what I was trying to portray at the time. So we were playing at a local bar. I'm not going to say any names, and I'm not going to follow up by saying any names either. And there were about 15 people in there. It was part of New Zealand Music Month like 2 years ago. And we started off with one of our other songs. I'm not going to say its name. Okay, the song is called Daddy Drinks Because You Cry. And all 15 people stood up with their steak meals and walked out in a single file line past the band, giving us the filthiest evils I've ever seen in my entire life. And it doesn't sound like a lot of fun to a lot of people, but I emptied a bar with 30 seconds of a song, and I am dead proud of that.
Yay, woo! Well, in the words of Sid Vicious, you've got to play where you're not wanted. But I had in mind actually a little bit more high-profile gig that I know you guys played, because I was there.
We opened for Richie Ramone from the Ramones, which was a huge thing. And we were like, for weeks on end, we were practicing, and we were like, okay, so he's going to be there. What are we going to wear? What do we say? When we meet him? But unfortunately, he didn't see any of the other music. He got there like 4 minutes after he was supposed to play. And the first thing he asked was, who's got the methadone? So, that reeked of effort. But no, that was lots of fun. The funnest gig I ever did was actually a random little gig in a squat in Berlin. So this was like a building that had been legitimate with businesses, and it had been emptied and graffitied, and there was all sorts of stuff. And we played this whole gig. It was about minus 17 degrees outside, and we played the gig, and then when we went to the car, the petrol cap was open, and there was a piece of hose sticking out the petrol cap, and someone had come and siphoned all our petrol.
No.
So we actually had to carry all our gear about 4 kilometers, 3 a.m. in the morning, and minus 17 degrees. So that was like, yeah, rock and roll, yeah.
Speaking of gig disasters, I hear something rather about a snapped clutch cable in Tokoroa.
Yeah, good times. Yeah, great. We were headed up north because we became national finalists of the Demon Energy Battle of the Bands last year. And it was, it was closing in at about 6 o'clock at night, starting to get dark, bits like that. Driving in this big Ford Transit thing and pulled over. Yeah, absolutely, pulled over. And then so someone could go and urinate. And then we got back in the car, pulled out of Subway, and ping, a clutch cable snapped. And then we took pantomime lessons, which were actually surprisingly cheap. No, we ended up staying at a mechanic's place. We befriended a mechanic. We stayed at his house. We had like 18 cats, and the whole place just smelled of cat piss. And I'm really, really sorry to have brought that to light. But yeah, we all went to Auckland the next day to play this show reeking of cat urification.
The thing was, we fundraised for the money to get to the gig, and it was like, right, okay, we're not going to spend this on, drugs and hookers. We're fine. We're going to spend it on after-hours diesel mechanics. And it's like, if you're in Tokoroa and your clutch cable snaps on a diesel engine at 6:30 at night, you have to go to an after-hours diesel mechanic. $175 an hour cash for 4 hours. He didn't even fix it, and we slept on the ground with 18 cats. I was like, yeah!
Rock and roll.
Don't forget about the fact that there's nothing worse than drawing first. Yeah, remember that? Yeah. No, get off. I'm going to talk now. There's nothing worse than drawing first, so out of 15 people on the first night, thank you, Jordan, and then we got to pick first, and we managed to pick first at, what are the odds behind that? And we got to play to the other bands.
And your mum.
And his mum. She was good. The other bands, I mean, they didn't want us to win, I think. So that didn't work out. That's my story.
Okay, now, I am a musician myself, and I play in a three-piece.
Are you?
I am.
Tremendous.
I know.
That's great.
I find there's actually some advantages to playing in a three-piece. What do you reckon, guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, the decisions are made equally. Like if there's 4 people and 2 people are for and 2 people are against, it kind of splits a band, you know what I mean? But if, if one of us has a discrepancy and the other 2 say harden up, then that person just kind of has to harden up.
As a drummer in a three-piece, it's good because you don't have a vocalist standing in front of you either. You've got a musician there and a musician there, so you can see what's going on. And you only have 2 other ways to go. So, if you've got 4 people in the band and you have a dispute, then it might be 2 against 2. But if it's 2 against 1, it's been, boom, sorted. Draw the short card.
Less people to split the chicks with, and these 2 are taken, so.
So Crispy's the single man here. Okay, checking that, girls, checking that. Okay,
Yeah.
do you want to tell me about the name of the band?
Not really.
You don't?
No, I'm joking. So basically, there were a few different reasons for the name of the band. Originally, it was a homage to my uncle's Mark II Ford Zephyr they had. They had a bright blue Ford Zephyr with Led Zeppelin stenciled on the back, and then they ended up selling it, and it was crap, and the bumpers were made of wood and stuff like that. So it was the Dead Zephyr, but my dog was also named Zephyr. But he was very much alive at the time, and he has recently died. So, I mean, the cruel irony is the band name kind of stays. R.I.P. Zeph Dog.
R.I.P. Zephyr. Okay, are you guys recording?
Right now?
Do you have any recordings?
Oh, we intend to record, yes. Our debut full-length album. It's a mouthful. And we are hoping to get that underway shortly with some brand spanking new tracks and release it within a year, hopefully. Don't get too hard.
I think that fun in music, as you said earlier, Coral, there's a lot of musicians in Masterton, and we all know each other and we all support each other's genres regardless of what our personal preference is, and I think that's the beauty of a small town. And no matter when we get to record or what we do, whether it's live or whether it's actually legitimate, I think that it will be fun and lots of people will support.
You said we all support each other. Support.
And,
Jordan, support.
Yeah. But we're very much a live band. We encourage our friends to come and party, and we like to, make a night of it and together hire a hotel room and, drink and be sensible because we've all got Monday morning at work. But Crispy, over to you. Okay, thanks.
Tremendous. Thank you, Crispy and Jordan.
I like to party.
My name is Ron.
All right, we can go back to the sort of the mundane questions here. Who's born in the Wairarapa?
These two
Oh, we
gentlemen to my right.
heard about Jordan earlier. Born in the Tanui pub. Where were you born, Ryan?
I was born in Hamilton and
I'm
raised...
so sorry.
Wow. This interview is over. No, and I was raised in Nguruohia. I know. Yeah. Whew. I can hear you laughing
Graduated to
through the
Masterton.
camera.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I went from Nguruohia to Masterton. Massive step up in the world. Massive. No, I lived in Australia for about 5 years in between and sort of moved around from place to place, but found a home here in the Wairarapa. I really have.
There really are a lot of musicians here in the Wairarapa. It's amazing. What about you, Crispy? Where are you from?
Masterton.
Fantastic. Love it.
Born and raised.
Do you guys know that this is actually going out to Northland as well? Northland is watching. Hi, sunny Northland.
Hi.
We're so impressed that you decided to tune in with us and enjoy this marathon of music. Have you guys been listening to the other bands?
Oh, take this off me.
Yes, we have. Was fantastic. Cutting out microphone. And
Don't worry about that.
we're not good. We're good. Up higher. Hello. Graphia was fantastic. Dr. Rob and the guys always put on an amazing show. And it was nice to see Jordan in action when he's not standing behind me. Wow, that didn't sound great. And
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Is there something you're not telling us?
Anyway, we'd like to say thanks to Toby and all the supporting crew here, Matt, sound guys.
So true.
Everyone for putting on this gig because it is so awesome to get together in our local area, Copthorne Hotel.
Oh, hang on.
Rockingham.
Quickly before we wrap, what about King Street Live?
Well, R.I.P.
R.I.P. King Street Live was a live music venue that we had here in Masterton until quite recently. And it was a wonderful thing, was it not?
it was tremendous.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen out there, support local New Zealand music. I cannot instill this in you enough. I'm not even close to kidding. We had a beautiful thing here in the Wairarapa and it was cruelly stripped from us. And
One night a month. If every household chose one night a month, went out to a local gig, boom.
we'd still be there playing now. But sadly, people got greedy, people got silly, and people got selfish. And that's just sort of how music dies. So you need to get out, see live local music. I swear to you, you will not regret it. You know, Metallica was a local band once. Led Zeppelin was a local band once. You know, they had to go somewhere. Just please, for the love of God, go out and watch a band for once.
For the love of God.
Well, the Geo single D, whatever
And
form you
still
may take.
a child.
Yes.
Yeah. So meanwhile, there you are sitting in front of the television, watching television, and I want to tell you, don't watch television. Go out and see a live band. This is Coral Griffiths from Wairarapa TV's May Music Marathon. Hope you enjoy the rest of the evening.
Love you guys.
Bye.